Hi there. So in this video, we're going to show you how to set up an assignment space so that students can upload their assignments and that you can grade them. What you want to do is go into a content area, and over on the left here, that could be course information, lessons, assignments, really anywhere that you can go into. That is, you click and you get this blue bar of creation. Under this blue bar, what you want to do is you want to come to assessments, and you want to just come right down to assignment. You click on assignment and it's going to bring up this screen, and you just kind of scroll down. You give it the name, so it could be, you know, assignment, or it could be maybe essay number 1. You would provide the instructions here. If you had some kind of guidelines or anything you wanted to attach, maybe it was an article you wanted them to read, you could attach it here. You can put in a due date, and if you put in the due date, that'll show up then on the student's calendar. And then what are the points? How many points is this? Is this based on 100? Is this based on 5 points? If you want to add a rubric or create a rubric, and then you can use that rubric for other essays and things like that. You can create new rubric, create from existing, or choose one that already exists. Under submission details, you can decide if this is individual, group, or portfolio assignment. You can allow for the number of attempts. So I typically will do unlimited attempts so that if a student messes up, they can go ahead and re-upload a new assignment, because that sometimes happens. And then I usually will check submissions for plagiarism under Safe Assign. So this is Blackboard's plagiarism checker. So if I want to make sure that students are submitting reasonably authentic works, I will check that box, and then I will also allow them to view Safe Assign originality reports so that they can go in and see if they've made mistakes and then resubmit. Grading options is pretty simple because we don't really use it. You can enable anonymous grading. So if you want to get a sense of why, or get a sense of just the assignment without the student, it will not tell you whose paper it is. It'll make sure it goes to the right student's column in the grade book, but it tries to blank out the student's name so that you're just looking at the content and not necessarily associating student with content. Enable delegated grading doesn't really matter because nobody else is grading this. This would be if you had a teaching assistant or something like that. Display of grades is pretty simple. How you want the grades to appear. Do you want them to be included in the grade center calculations, and do you want them to show to your students, which you usually do. They also ask if you want to show statistics to the students, that is, show the student's grade in relation to the overall average. I don't recommend this only because if the student does really bad and if they do like a D and they see the average as a B, that's not gonna necessarily work to their improvement. And then the default is make the assignment available and then track number of views. You can also, if you want to limit when students can access and submit this during this period, you would use limited availability. So you fill in all of that and then you hit submit, and it's right there in, oops, I didn't provide points, so notice it'll give you those prompts. But once you submit all that information, it should show up basically right at the bottom of whatever page it is that you're on. So that's all. It's hopefully pretty simple. If you have any questions about it, shoot me an email. Thank you.